So the news will bring up phone and I entered it on the screen, justice at last. So this guy, we want to see a picture, we call himself, say, Amber Commander Pastor. He don't be sentenced to 10 years in prison on the 30th of July 2024. So make up, I bring this information where it could be on the screen in a few minutes for now, and then we'll go elaborate on that. So if we now look on our screens, if we now look on our screens, my control them, make us zoom in so that it could be big enough for our official. Now our website that I hope so. Now official, I'm gonna put them in the comment section. So when I know say contributed for YouTube, would they for Facebook, would they, you know, and we get our own website as well. Now my website is so on the website. If we now go for the website, when I click, when I see for the search button, that click search, type anything where you want for type, and then basically you search them. If you type anything, then you search them. You will search my website. So that is it. So if you go now, this particular news article, this will bring up now, where on Afisiam, the headlines, it talks destroying amber terrorism in small Ekombe, the capture of Commander Pastor, Namia Raitam, Kumkumasa, for April the 17th, 2022. So 2 years ago, and I waited this for I go read them for now, and then I will bring in the analysis, and then we'll run through the story for explain which we will don't go through for achieve this big victory today, and also why it be important for we for bring this presentation. So I'll start by saying small Ekombe must be free. The capture of Amber terrorist Commander Pastor. He should be used to gather intelligence and eradicate amber terrorism in small Ekombe. The authorities holding him should be followed up closely. The terrorist was born and raised in small Ekombe. He is a shadow amber and knows all hideouts and all the movements of all the amber terrorists in small Ekombe. I mean, especially in the bushes, he grew up there and knows all the bush roads and the hideouts. So we'll continue for talk say. This so-called Commander Pastor was very stubborn, brutal, wicked, and he should never see freedom again. Like for me, the for Kumkumaisi, but no me capture. So the people the way they catch it, and I will explain the circumstances. The people the way they catch it, they take it, they hand them over to the Cameroon authorities. Now you picture that, and I don't tell you now before this so-called Barretta News. I remember saying that the same web page that will be bringing now. For the same 2022, for July 2022, we bring the breaking news about the Kumkumization of Oliver 33 Expo. Yes, Namia on that page. Yes, at the high hotel that if you vex Mark Barretta, may boss like Tumbu Nyamfuka. So Barretta News be talking exclusive. So Commander Pastor of Newtown Barumbi, captured by civilians and handed over to the Republic of Cameroon. He was captured around Boya Road on Easter Sunday, 17th of April 2022. He came to town to enjoy Easter, not knowing that the civilian blacklegs will get him. So now the news information that I will go on, so we'll continue. So wait till I write and I say the vital information that can be gotten, especially from this Commander Pastor, include 1, those keeping the amber proceeds from the cocoa selling. There exist in 2 types, those in the bush and those living at home and in Kumba. All the amber financial transactions and money movements, he knows them. The military holding him should also not be corrupt and should follow up should follow their investigations to destroy the amber terrorists and not to make money for themselves. So continue. Point number 2 now for talk say those organizing the pledging of Bamileke farms in small Ekombe, and who controls that or who controls what. So he know people the way they pledge Bamileke farm them and who they control the farms them. The civilians where they benefit from the amber terrorism, he know them all. I will go on for talk say he should be given free kumkum until he talks. Yes, I 100% believe say they give enough kumkum to talk, and he should be recorded on video. His confessions, giving all the names and all those responsible for benefiting from the amber terrorism should all be arrested or kumkumized. So that was our position and our stance. Remember, I be activist and not be journalist. Point number 3, I talk say the hideout of so-called General Pali. This is the most secretive general in all of this amber madness. He said, but pastor knows his picture. He know all this terrorism. Your family, every information about Fali, we will get it from pastor. And this so-called General Fali was born in Bamenda and came to live and school in Smolekombe with his uncle known as Mr. Kilo Frank. So Kilo Frank was a primary school teacher at the time, but he lives now in Kumba. So we get what intelligence, we get the information on the ground, and now why that would broadcast them. So on the screen, we don't compromise this one where we sunshine since 22nd of May 2020. This one being an ambassador, she nobody last General Kinda Samuel Sona, where we don't compromise it. So no point, no there for waste energy for the talk about this one. So MKPD sunshine this General Sam in May 2020, and he was compromised. It was a direct result of It was as a direct result of our sunshine that this so-called General Sam was compromised. So he also wanted to make documents and travel to Dubai, but because of the sunshine, he could not get out of the forest. So when he was finally cornered by the military, he offered 10 million francs as bribe for his escape, and the military refused again. Thanks to the sunshine, he was compromised instantly. Fantastic news. So when I did see the fantastic job with the Black Legs with the Dua. So this General Fali will take over from General Sam, and he be afraid of the sunshine. Now, why the way Fali never ever show a picture of outside, but I know a picture now, and I get a face. When I don't ask me how I know, but we will do the live broadcast on a different day about this General Fali. So General Fali also refused to show up or make videos as Sam did, and preferred to work in the bush, not knowing that his face or not showing his face in public. He now claims ownership of over 15 profitable farms that he seized from the Bamileke people, and it don't start with and have a bigger say on all matters related to the leadership and the financing of the terrorism in small Ekombe. So General Sam succeeded to use some of the terrorist proceeds to send 2 of his siblings to Dubai before he himself was compromised. So ambassador terrorism, not business. So you see how as families they benefit from this terrorism. The families they need to agree, advise their loved ones the way they day inside Amber. May they come out. Now why that way it be important for we for know their families as well, not just them. Because there are ways that we can pressurize them through their families or pressurize their families for influence them for come out for bush. So General Pastor, the one who will capture you, he know all the vital information and in a better position to help eradicate amber terrorism in smaller Ekombe. All those people who were sitting and eating fat from the black bushes will run and hide, because we will all or will know all their names, and those elites who have been using these terrorists to commit terrorism in that area will have their day in court. So General Pastor is an experienced driver in the bush roads and around all the villages around Ekombe, small Ekombe, and knows all the hideouts and can better lead missions into the bushes to dismantle the amber in that zone. He is very rich. He is a very rich catch, and the Kumkum distributors should serve enough Kumkum to get him to cooperate. So we'll write this information out, and I don't tell when I say Cameroon military know they fight amber terrorism, because if they be use this Nkunyam the way me I be explaining, they don't wipe amber for that area. But who cares? Cameroon military fight amber terrorism, so they just do it what they do. I come back, we can't elaborate, we can't shed more light on what will happen, because some people they be trying for release after we capture it. So I continue for talk. Say most amber cocoa are sold to buyers who once lived in small Ekombe but now are based in Kumba. There are amber sponsors working and living in Kumba as upright citizens but making a huge profit from the terrorists. So you see, I say the whole thing is business. You get people the way they be cocoa buyers, or someone even they in Cameroon government and whatnot, but they use ambassador terrorism for make a killing. Literally, which I mean by make a killing, I say get rich, get fat from the ambassador terrorism. This I say all cocoa buyers in Kumba are sponsors of ambassador terrorism. I mean say all. I need to talk and mince my words. All cocoa buyers inside Kumba, they pay amber terrorists the money, and they use the ambassador terrorism for status scores. The smaller cocoa buyers, them all they eradicate them, kill them, kidnap them, they pay ransoms, bankrupt them, they get out of the way, and then the big tycoons for cocoa buying business now for Kumba, and the whole of Memendian, Manfe, Manu, and the rest, all of them, the response to ambassador terrorism. That is the situation in the Anglophone zone. There is nothing like Anglophone fight for a separation or marginalization. It don't exist. It's a massive fat business. So I'll continue for talk say. They know the source of the cocoa and the destination of the revenue, and it's to finance Amber. General Pastor can help also dismantle the ring of cartel, the criminals living amongst us and benefiting from our suffering. MKPD, Easter Sunday, 17th of April, 2022. So today, when I hear some gong dog and some noisemakers, they kind of talk about the cartel, how, and all of those things. Them they talk about the cocoa and the mile 90 for Bamenda and the petrol cartel or whatever. This is what I was writing in April 2022, more than 2 years ago, more than 1 year before the Kunyam can begin to talk about what did they talk again? Said devaluation. We don't know how to pronounce devolution. You understand? This is what the countryman, this one did not from my website. Go for the website, go search General Pastor, you read the article I write on Easter Sunday, 17th of April, 2022. At the tell when I say, na a cartel, ma highlight the part for now. If I don't know, see. Now in that, this ring of a cartel, criminals living amongst us and benefiting from our suffering. This goes including people, the way I call them for this sentence, for yeah, they've been upright citizens. They did live in Kumba, in the big towns. Kumba is the biggest town in the whole of Southwest. For when I don't know Boya, you know rich Kumba. Kumba is the biggest town for Southwest. Okay, now the second biggest town in the whole of the Anglophone zone. They live in Kumba, upright citizens them, but they're the biggest sponsors of ambassador terrorism. They benefit from it. All man don't find a way for benefit from the ambassador terrorism. And now one of the biggest challenge this way we'll get to eradicate the ambassador terrorism, because people they get their vested interest in the amber nonsense. As I do my live broadcast yesterday, I explained and for say for Manu as a whole. There is no such thing as Ambazonia per se or whatever. What it is intertribal conflict. You get the Boki for one side, you get the Anyang, you get the Oliti, you get all the other tribes, and they're fighting amongst themselves. Now we hear about Egbeko massacre. I don't forget the names for the other massacre them. So one they go bring the Bayelsa boys for Nigeria, pay them millions for Manu, for can attack the other neighboring village. That's what is happening in Manu. And now why that way Manu in a special case? Manu, now why that way we don't do live broadcast and explain for now why the Amber terrorism for Manu, they know they surrender. Because they first of all be very few in number. The reality now said they even go bring a Bayelsa Pekin and Nigeria Pekin, they can't destabilize and intertribal conflict. You don't get nothing to do with Ambazonia terrorism, which really happen inside Manu. So on the screen, now one of the victims of Ambazonia terrorism is after we will publish, say we don't capture so-called General Pastor, we'll get information about this poor young man. His name is Franklin. He was only 19 years old. When this same General Pastor, whatever Commander Pastor be call himself, they killed this young man in the most horrific way. In the most horrific way. And one of the victims that would put on there will talk say, Ngoe Franklin was only 19 years old when he was brutally murdered by Commander Pastor. So we'll continue for talks. The Amber terrorist Commander Pastor was born in Smolekombe, Bonge Division. His father is Besinge Joseph, who was a hunter. So Commander Pastor was one of those Amber boys who burnt down the chief palace of Smolekombe, and he is the one who killed the 19-year-old son of the chief of Smolekombe. So this guy, Franklin, he been at the chief for Smolekombe Pekin. So imagine if you've been at the family members, the loved ones, the girlfriend, the mommy, the cousins of this young guy, 19-year-old, where they kill him. And then the next day, you want to see General Pastor, a day for Kumba. Now, I'll come and explain how he was captured on the 17th of April and then handed over to the Kumkum distributors. Okay, now make I bring the rest of the story for now. Could go back to I want to present something on the screen for una, make una look on the screen. So if una look on our screen, I present this this thing, I broadcast them on the 18th of April, the very next day. So the information where we will get them, I say immediately after they capture this commander pastor, the lucky, then now we will get the full information they come out. The information come out say this, so the current sitting mayor for Kumba City Council, they try to use the influence for release commander pastor. So when I dig deep, I ask questions, and they tell me, say, actually, now ye be influenced commander pastor for come off for bush. And commander pastor, but they drive the Kumba City Council motto for town. You know, so they don't see for town a few times. They drive that motto. So people they know, and people they were now victims of the terrorism. I want you put yourself in the shoes of go back to this guy where a day. Go back to this guy with there on the screen's phone, and now the victim of this commander pastor, a terrorist atrocity. Imagine, say you be a loved one, your mommy or uncle, cousin or whatever, and you know, say, now that guy, so-called commander pastor, be murder in such a horrible way. When I don't run, come out from smaller combat, now when I be IDPs inside Kumba. When I go for market or whatever way when I do, just the inside taxi. You want to look, the person where they drive the Kumba City Council motto, now the person will kill your loved one. And then he'll be protected by the mayor of Kumba City Council himself. Can you imagine such a situation? We could not allow that to happen. Now, why that way we use our own influence, and now why that way we go public, we'll broadcast this kind of information right there on the screen for now. I put them out publicly saying, the mayor of Kumba, they try to release Commander Pastor. Then a question, say, if you get anything for do with sponsoring ambassador terrorism, and I directly request for ye for be investigated for sponsoring ambassador terrorism in Cameroon. As a result of our black leg pressure, the Kumba City Council mayor, he pulled back, he moved his hand, he washed his hand from the case. And now why that when I see the case, it take a course to the logical conclusion. And today when I hear with the tell when I say this terrorist, it will serve a minimum of 10 years in prison. Now fantastic black leg news that victory for we the black legs them. Okay, my contributor, it be very important for set that premise. Then I will come now can give you some other analysis. My contributor.
But this is the reality. People listen to the devil himself, my country people of La Republique, more than they listen to some Amazonian activists. This is the reality.
They recall him whether my country people, that loser, that criminal, that guy, he don't fight war for La Republique more than La Republique to Cameroon soldiers. I mean, every day he's trying to do something for seeing La Republique defeat us. He be focused. He be so focused to the point where they miss one day where never try to put something out there to derail our people, to confuse our people. He use his talent to destroy Amazonia, yet we are not paying attention. I think say if that guy is a contractor, titles. On a serious note, what we don't work for La Republique, it passed even Brigadier General Ka or Dr. Voleur. On a serious note, because the guy did right every negative little thing we say.
Listen, whether or not you accept Makondipo is a force to reckon with, me I agree. He's an enemy that is strong.
So thank you, my country people. Then, when leave una comments in the comment section, I go can read una comments them in a second. We can go through the comments them. So as we go along, when I leave una comments them, I will come back now for can explain and analyze one or two things them. So after I will publish about the sitting mayor for Kumba, communicate with me. I have never had any conversation with him, so maybe we'll put that point straight. But you sort of get them, whether now you send them or no, now you send them or they did that on their own volition, I don't know. But you sort of get them, definitely contact me in the background. Some of them black legs and where we work with in the background as well. Some of them can accuse me, say, it being a political hit. I ask them, say, wait, are you disputing the information I put out, or you just want to model or muddy the waters and claim, say, that your political opponents, they don't plan that story for MKP, they can't talk them. I ask you, say, wait with me, I don't write them about you, say, if they try for use influence for move pastor out of prison, is that true or not? Then now, wait away, they talk and say, yes, as the mayor, it don't help plenty picking them, they come up for Bush and all of those things. I said, fantastic. That is what I like to hear. We need for use our influence and our weight for help. They should know why last night they did Bush, the amber terrorists, may they come up for Bush. That is what we need to do. But this is what you need to understand. No mayor, no exist on the surface of this earth where it get the powers for grant amnesty for terrorists, secessionists, murderers. It powers not even reach the power of the level of a cabinet minister, even though it get more powers because of the fact to be elected to a certain extent. No man of fire except the people that they put it for the cabinet ministers to be appointed by one person, and that one person, if he decide at any time to fire them. But even cabinet minister position, even the prime minister of Cameroon, no get the powers for grant anybody amnesty. Read the law, read the constitution of the country. The only person will get that power for grant amnesty, or what did they call them again? Clemency, for absolve you of your crimes. Now the head of state, now the only person that will get that powers. And the head of state, it don't create a disarmament commission where you go for through that process, you go get the amnesty. If you don't go through DDR, through that process, we will compromise you. If you've been a mayor, if you've been a cabinet minister, if you've been a delegate, if you've been a clergy, reverend father, reverend pastor, imam, whoever, traditional doctor, whoever you be, divisional officer, SDO, councillor, parliamentarian, senator, you don't have the power to grant anyone amnesty. And we don't prove for this case. And when I've been making this broadcast, right for April 2022, I talk to them, if the mayor for Kumba or any other mayor for that matter say it get the power to grant any picking amnesty, make it go move the general pastor for Wusawe, we don't put it, because we the black legs don't put our eye for this particular case. Yes, help the picking them, make them come out for Bush, but be honest with them. Tell them, say, you come out of that bush, I'll get job forgive you, I feel better your life, yes, but you go through the disarmament process. And if you don't want to go through the disarmament process, that's fine. Stay you for that bush, we kill you, throw away, case goes nowhere. I need to talk and put water for more. When I pay attention on the screen, look on the screen. Look on the screen, my computer. Pay your attention on the screen for 1 second. Look on the screen. These ones that are just the ADF alone, where we don't wipe them since the failed Canada pre-talk. These ones where they do on the screen alone, not just failed Canada pre-talk about 1.5 years ago. And they talk about a fang big number where they be calling a supreme will wipe them. Commander Stone for Bamenda will wipe them. They put a replacement, Commander Iron will wipe them. We talk about the General Rambo for Alabukam wipe them, General Cobra wipe them, Pastor Emma wipe them, General Omega wipe them, Senior Man wipe them, General Ruby wipe them. This one are just the past. This one are just the generals demo. Okay, now pay attention on the screen again. I'm showing at this one. When I know Efang, we don't really talk about it. Ayeke, Chacha, Ivan Bat, 10 Kobo, Transporter, Oliver 33 Export, No Pity, Arke, Bitacola, Mad Dog, and the list goes on and on. We don't wipe them all. Case goes nowhere. You know, could be an exception. Whether not poison or not deco or not whatever you call yourself, you will not be the exception. You did come off of that bush for save your life, not for can't help countryman home or fan. When I hear no on the screen when I see Shina Rambo no, your brother died, he saved his life. He come off of that bush, and he can't hold my farm. He saved now your own life. Now Shina Rambo died. So we know the bet no picking for come off of that bush. Before Shinarambo one come up for that bush, we record video, tell you say, now you don't record video, you dey cry, say Amber one kill you for that bush. Fantastic. Surrender, and if Amber no kill you, we go kill you. That is the message. And I expect all the mayors them, parliamentarians, senators them, and all the well-wishers them, imams, pastors, reverend fathers them, reverend sisters them, cousins, auntie, wives, husbands, and whatnot for all the Amber terrorists where they did for bush. Call your loved one. Tell them, say they get to pass through the disarmament process, the disarmament commission. That is where amnesty can be gotten. You know, go get amnesty from the prime minister. You know, go get amnesty from the governor. You know, go get amnesty from the mayor. You definitely no go get amnesty because there's some person don't give you job. They tell you, say, come off that bush, can't begin to drive Kumba City Council motor or whatever, as the case it be for this guy would call himself a commander pastor for Bush. So I hope I make that story abundantly clear. So the city mayor of Kumba, if he withdraw a move in hand for that case because they fire on the mountain, because we the Blacklegs also have powers. We also have influence. We the victims of ambassador terrorism, we don't constitute ourselves, we don't assemble, and we get the power of public opinion, the power of social media, where we wield them. And this power, not just noise making for social media, the power it reverberate. Now, why do even the Amber terrorists, they fear me, pass how they fear Cameroon military. They fear me, pass how they fear President Paul Biya. I tell you now understand. If you not believe me, well, una listen.
Lesson number one, my country people, Dr. Weti. Listen, whether or not you accept, my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So, Ambazonians will thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
So, yes, we'll go ahead. This is what my enemies, the adversaries, say about me because of what way we achieve on a daily basis. An enemy that is strong, a force to reckon with. So when I bring on this fantastic news, it is truly fantastic, my contributor. Commander Pastor, it don't go through the process and he could go for prison. If he just listen to we, he surrender the rightful way, like the Shinarambo where I don't show una, Shutang Umar, Okan Nasri Clovis, the Beltus them and the rest, if we get the amnesty and if we move on with the life, and if we go to drive the Kumba City boss and all of those things, them everything for day fine. No human being, no day way it don't work for help ex-combatants to surrender past me. No one human being, no day. Where it don't, and when they begin after the surrender for Bush, me I get relationship with them. You understand? But you get to surrender the right way. We know the beg no man for surrender. If you want surrender, surrender. You surrender now for your own good. If no one surrender, that is fine. I always talk my thing with evidence. This one I Commander Stone, no. What's I did today? White palm. And then this one, they go from stone to iron. Who white palm? Wipe the shumbu. For Bamenda, we wipe the thing them. Collect materials them. As I show on the screen. Now them that. White palm. Wipe the shumbu then tram. So, if you want to surrender, you're doing it at your own, for your own good. You need to do it for my good. But you have to surrender the right way. You have to go through the disarmament commission. If you don't go through the disarmament commission, you get victims the way they're out there. You get people the way they're out there, and their way will catch you. Then you can't tell me whether that's some mayor, for some side, some senator, some parliamentarian, or whoever way get the powers to grant you amnesty. So we'll go now for our comment section. My contributor, I want to read one or two comments and see the people they don't leave with comments. I thank you plenty. For the people they always they here, they leave comments them. Thank you now. We'll go through your comments. But before I even go through the comments, whether you watch live or you watch later on, make sure say you partake in the sharing, share. Now our telephone number that +44 749 519 8739. The telephone number there on the screen. Now if it copy it on the screen +44 749 519 8739. That telephone number would be on Telegram and would be on WhatsApp. Message me and you can join our WhatsApp group so that when any information come out, you could be the first one for know. We will share them for our groups them and you go know. So now our telephone number that, so we'll go for the comments them Fantastic. So